Hey, what's up, party people? Welcome to the Honest Trailer Commentary for Mortal Kombat again, 2021. I'm here with Lon. I'm here with Danielle. We're going to talk about all of our deep thoughts about Mortal Kombat, the movie. We're going to show you some deleted scenes. We're going to answer comments and questions from viewers like you, and we'll tease you with next week's Honest Trailer. I'm told by Kevin that this is the most deleted scenes we've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, we got 4 full girthy minutes.
Well, I understand why. And people will see as we go through it.
Because we had too much to say about Mortal Kombat.
Obviously, it's just it's just the amount of commentary there is to provide about this movie that's going in so many different directions. But it's also, this was a rare case where we had basically a full Honest Trailer script done, and then there was a new direction, and it kind of changed a lot midstream, and that doesn't always happen.
Oh. Man, I don't even know what happened, man. I don't.
Well, you weren't around last week I'll give a little behind the scenes. You weren't around for a few days last week, so there was a version of it that Danielle and I and you had worked on that by Friday was sort of done. And then when you came back yesterday, it kind of, it's not a complaint. It's just like, that's what happened. And so a lot of the material we'd already written is probably deleted.
True. I will say that when I came back and saw the first cut, it was 8.5 minutes long, and that's about 5 minutes too long for Mortal Kombat. So I did take out the scissors on that one.
We didn't want to kill our darlings,
These are
and by darling, I mean Cabal.
Oh God, Cabal. Hey, I'm Cabal. I'm fighting here.
Kano and Cabal are in a different movie than everyone else, and I want to watch their movie.
Yeah,
I was saying, take those two guys out. Just road trip. Just give them an excuse. Cabal accidentally sent his girlfriend like a sex tape of him and somebody else, and they got to drive across the country and go get it.
They got to drive across Outworld.
They got to road trip across
in a dune buggy. Yeah,
just dunes, just sand.
Let's start with you, Danielle. You're the biggest MK head among us. How did you feel about this movie?
I'm in the minority, and I'm like over a lot of the MK heads. I liked it. I didn't go in with a lot of expectation. And I think for me, that is the spice of life for watching movies. Just don't go in expecting to get everything or anything that you want. As you'll see as we talk more about the movie. But yeah, I loved Kano. Kano made me laugh. It was really funny. I really liked the fatalities. I liked the way that they looked for some reason. I think this is hitting me right on the edge of my, is it good? And I really like it, or is it bad and I really like it? And I think it's hitting me like right on that kind of center edge right there, right on the corner of the way that I enjoy my movies.
Things can be just okay, and I would say that this is a just okay film. I think that there is a huge glaring hole, a hero-shaped hole at the center of this movie in the form of Cole Young that they could have totally focused this on. Take your pick, Johnny Cage, or make it about Sub-Zero and Scorpion, or Liu Kang, or whatever. There was no need to introduce us to a boring central protagonist like that.
Did you guys think, starting about a third of the way, as soon as they introduced the idea that Scorpion and Cole Young were related, like he's his descendant, I was like, oh, he's going to become Scorpion. Like, that ancestor is going to inhabit him, and his Akana or whatever will be just becoming Scorpion. That would make, like, I legit thought that's where they were going, and I was like, okay, I get where this is going. And then they didn't do it, and I don't get why they didn't do it. Like, that's better than what they did, and they must have thought of it.
I truly just assumed, because, I played, like, the first 3 Mortal Kombats, and then I picked it back up with 10 and 11, I was like, okay, he must just be from Mortal Kombat 7. He must just be a character I missed that fans love, and they'll be freaking out that they brought back Cole Young. I just assumed that there was a point to him.
You're like, wonder what the special move is with his golden shirts.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's Golden Shirt Guy. I must have missed that DLC. Lon, how do you feel overall about this one?
I think, like Joe Starr said at one point, this is like they made the first Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation and then just made it one movie. Like, it does kind of feel like that, where there's the half of this movie that's like the ninja stories, and like it's trying to kind of take it pretty seriously and lay the groundwork for a Mortal Kombat franchise with lore and mythology and all that. Yeah. And then there's Kano and Cabal and this very like winking self-aware comedy stuff, and it just feels like really pulled in different directions. And I feel like if they had just picked one mode or the other, I probably would have liked it more. Like I didn't hate it, and there was stuff that I thought worked from both versions, but it just doesn't feel like one it feels like a real movie that's being interrupted by the parody of the movie.
Well, exactly. There's the tonal stuff that doesn't jibe, and then there's the plot decision where it's like you have a ready-made structure on which to build a Mortal Kombat movie, which is it's a fighting tournament. There are so many movies built around a tournament, and you know the beats already, and so you don't have to worry about that part. You know he's the newcomer into the tournament. He's going to make friends with one guy. The main bad guy's going to kill him, and he's going to get real mad and defeat him at the end. I'm just describing Bloodsport, which ironically, Bloodsport. Mortal Kombat 1 was sort of based on. Didn't they have a whole rights thing with Jean-Claude that we allude to? Anyways, there are a million of those movies that work. So the idea to make this about the prep for the tournament, which is going to be part of like a 3 or 4 movie long Mortal Kombat arc, is like, don't assume you're gonna get more Mortal Kombat movies. Just do a Mortal Kombat movie and throw your best stuff at the wall. So
yeah, I mean, I don't like that in general. The like pay to see the movie and then or stream it on HBO Max, I guess, and then like, but it's really just set up for the next movie. Like, even if it's setting up another movie, I get it. That's how it works now. Everything's got to be a franchise. That's fine. But you still got to give me like a movie's worth of movie, you know, like they're trying to kind of give you the first third of the movie as a full first movie. And it's like, no, you can't. We got to see some of the tournament. You can't end before the tournament even starts. And what really bugged me is at the very end, both Shang Tsung and Raiden get speeches about how basically the work's just beginning. Like they both get setting up number 2, where it's like, well, none of this mattered. I'll get you next time. It's like, come on, like, don't do that. Like, at least let me feel like I saw something.
Yeah, and I'm not mad like, oh, they didn't, I need to see a tournament, an officially sanctioned tournament. Like, I just think that that's like, because all the tournament is excuses for people to have one-on-one martial arts fights. And there were plenty of those. I'm just saying that it's like, it's easier to build a movie around that. And I feel like they overcomplicated, or they made their work harder in trying to build this world with akanas and like trying to explain all the backstory, where this comes from. Like, I don't really need to know. And the stuff that they added isn't very good anyways. I can accept that we live in a world where people can shoot fireballs. I don't need to know why. Just have them shoot the fireball. Anyways, we'll talk more about it. Let's get into the, because we got a lot of deleted scenes to get through. Let's watch Mortal Kombat 2021.
After one fun movie and a sequel that felt like sniffing glue in the dumpster behind the arcade,
too bad you will die,
comes a reboot that will try to please the biggest fans of the legendary fighting game, Splot.
Seems that throughout history, different cultures all over the world, they reference a great tournament. Look, my research shows that there's realms and species that we didn't even know existed.
Who are you people? Mortal Kombat for the story is like watching Pornhub for the comment section. Mortal Kombat! Dun, 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 dun. Do you want a martial arts flick that takes itself way too seriously? Or do you want a campy B-movie full of winks to the audience? Get over here! Yes. In a film with dramatic scenes where Liu Kang can't stop his cousin from getting sucked off.
Pause for a second. Also, that's funny. But it is true to the games, in as far as I've, seriously played like 4 of them, that it is that mix of like complete campy grindhouse gore stuff and like just admittedly stupid characters that are just palette swap versions of each other's, and like an incredibly serious like Warhammer 40K style like lore upon lore upon lore dump like that. That's the games. I feel like they kind of captured it.
Yeah, and maybe that's why I liked it more than I think more people did, even though I'm not even up on all the lore of the stuff. Like sometimes I go back and I'm like, wait, that happened? Because you have to, go and separate the endings from what actually is considered to be canon. But I do think that might be a reason why I liked it more than more people did. Because I'm like, yeah, no, this is the game. This is what it is. Dumb lore and then heads coming off. Pow, pow.
I just think it's the tone. It's not that you can't mix like a lot of elaborate lore and then like Kano being Kano. I just think it's like it's got to feel like in a movie. In a video game, I guess it doesn't even matter as much. Like I played a bunch of Mortal Kombat games and didn't know. And all the story I know is just from movies. For me, it's like the story is you know back for 2 seconds and then forward B. But I just think it's a weird mishmash. Like sometimes I didn't even know if I was supposed to be taking it seriously in that moment, or if it was just all tongue in cheek goofing around. Can I say, has anyone ever conducted a real life investigation where you cover all the walls in a room with like scraps of sort of vaguely related paper? Like, I don't even get how that's supposed to be helpful in this case. You just like pasted everything she knows about Mortal Kombat.
It's
to the
cinematic,
wall.
Lon. It's cinematic. Imagine if you were just looking at someone's messy computer desktop and she just had a bunch of files on there. It's like, wait, where did I leave that?
Even in Homeland, when it was supposed to be kind of like she was losing it, there's like pieces of string and like lines connecting things. Sonya's is just all over that. She just made a collage.
Yeah,
it's more of like one of those secret boards than
it's just like a teenage girl's bedroom. But she's
I think I saw Nick Lachey in one of them.
He's got a crush on Goro.
Her vacation to Maui.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do with the wall behind me. I'll tune in next week.
Just Goro collage.
Just tracking Goro.
Here's everything I've learned about Goro.
All right, keep
Four
going.
arms.
Where Liu Kang can't stop his cousin from getting sucked off.
He's about to get his soul sucked.
And goofy scenes where he spams back plus low kick until his opponent rage quits.
That's the only move you know, mate. Ah, no.
Re-enter the world of Mortal Kombat. And when I say world of Mortal Kombat, I mean the sandpit where everyone pre-games before Mortal Kombat actually starts. Because when it comes to the tournament, it will have to wait for the sequel. And even then, screw it. Everything's made up and the points don't matter. And meet a cast full of legit martial artists. Not that you'd ever know it, because it's shot with so many quick cuts, it feels like your game is lagging.
Yeah, pause. I feel like this was such a huge missed opportunity when like it's right there in front of you. They clearly hired martial artists in all of the main martial arts fighting roles, and then to shoot them like it's Liam Neeson hopping a fence in Taken 3, it just seems criminal with a K. I just feel like you can do, like there's so many. I think, admittedly, by the director's own admission, he's like, this isn't an action movie. This is a martial arts movie. Then shoot it like one. Like, let them do their thing. They train for this.
Yeah, I was really disappointed because I feel like that was kind of the selling point too, is like, look, unlike the last time when we just cast like pretty Hollywood people who kind of looked like the characters, this time we went and got people who could really fight and do the action. And I was like,
and
okay,
they could,
so
and they're doing it.
Yeah. So it's like, even if the story doesn't, who cares? Even if it doesn't look great or whatever, at least we'll get a bunch of cool fights. And then, it kind of hacks them all up. There's still some really cool like moments in the movie. I don't want to totally undersell it, but it's not as cool as it could be with these guys we're used to seeing in stuff like The Night Comes for Us or The Raid, or like stuff where, you really get to see the fights play out.
Agreed. Anywho, let's keep going.
By the ancient rivalry that the trailer sold you on, Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Just kidding. They have one fight at the beginning and a quickie at the end. Instead, follow along with Cole Young, the Harry Potter of Luke Skywalkers.
I'm an orphan.
It's not a birthmark, Cole.
You won't find this character in your Prima guide, but you will find him getting his ass kicked by everyone. He's a washed-up MMA jobber who takes fight advice from a little girl.
Dad, use your uppercut!
But when Cole lives up to the legacy of being Scorpion's trust fund kid,
you're a descendant of one of the greatest ninjas to ever walk the earth.
He'll transform from Cole Young, punching bag, to Cole Young, a guy with a tight shirt and some billy clubs? No one tells Scorpion, but I think Stryker may have banged his wife. But Cole's not alone.
Pause. That's deep cut right there, right? Anybody else know Stryker? Mortal Kombat 3?
Stryker.
Yeah, he's got
He's
a
a cop.
taser. He's a cop.
That's his power.
That's his power.
Really?
He has the full force of the law behind him.
Look, it's
Wow,
legit.
yeah.
That's a real power.
He's got 38 arrests and 47 fatalities on his record. He's still working.
Oh.
A lot of brutalities too. Not so many friendships. Yeah, but that's the beauty of Mortal Kombat is you can have like a demon fighting a cop, and like you don't need to explain, oh, he got his cop arcana powers when he, did an especially brutal takedown and like a taser appeared in his hand. Like it's just random people showing up, each has their own reason for being there.
Well, it's
like a tournament, like a fighting tournament.
Yeah.
It all, I mean, this is one of those things that, people, if you complain about a movie and people try to sort of explain it to you with stuff from the movie, like, well, no, you need to find your arcana because 1,000 years ago, and it's like they could have made it anything they want. They could make like when humans go to Outworld, they all develop one special power, and you don't know what it's going to be. Boom! Like you can come up with anything you want because it's fictional and stupid. So to come up with this, it takes a whole movie of just like sparring to like find your chi or whatever. It's just like, why make us go around? Like I don't know. It feels a little bit like spinning our wheels.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and Cole Young, I mean, they set him up as a MMA champion, like a title holder in, I don't know if they can't say UFC, but he is a champion, and he is now getting his ass kicked for $200. Like there are easier ways to make a living.
I feel like there's a plot thing missing. There's like a reference at one point he makes to like, they were like, you're a champion. He's like, not these days. And it's like, do we find out what happened?
Why he sucks now?
I feel like there was a scene or two where it's like something happened that's like his save the cat thing. Like he did a good thing, but it ended up causing him to be injured and he was out for a few years and now he's struggling to get back. Like it feels like we're missing that connection.
Yeah, no, he's just terrible now.
Like now he just seems like he sucks, and that's not a good setup for your Mortal Kombat protagonist.
Yeah, until you get him angry. You don't want to get him angry because if you get him angry, he puts on clothes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like his child has to be threatened at all times or he can't fight.
It's like that old. Do you ever see that old Human Giant sketch with the mom movers? Their child would have to be in danger for them to move the furniture.
Yeah, you have to get super strength. Yeah.
That's Cole Young. And like that was his whole motivation is like, I want to protect my family, but it doesn't quite jibe with like, why do I keep saying jibe today? Stop talking jibe. It doesn't quite mesh with a guy who's like, can't stop fighting for $200 a pop. Like get an office job. Like you give it up. This is not you're not doing this for your family anymore. Dude. If you're fighting like unlicensed cage fights and getting your spleen ruptured, like for a couple bills.
Also, you can't have I do everything for family. That's already Dom Toretto. Find your own action movie bit, Cole Young.
Yeah.
It's all about family is taken.
All right, let's keep going.
Cole's not alone. Test your might and patience against a massive roster of fighters like Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and Raiden, guardians of a secret cult that helps branded people fulfill their potential. Sonya Blade, a woman? Hey, no girls allowed.
The training area is for the chosen ones only.
Whoops.
Jax, who goes from having nice arms to no arms to bad arms to good arms. Before you can ask, wait, what would his powers be if he never lost his arms? Oh, Shang Tsung, a sorcerer who can't wait to leave Outworld because, I mean, come on, look at it. A bunch of C-listers who are just there to donate blood. The animation team for Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And of course, Kano.
Laser beam! Better than fireballs, you
I don't know if this is a credit to the actor or an insult to the script, but man, Kano is by far the best part of this thing. Ass you hate to love are Australia's main export.
Yeah, pause. I loved Kano. I mean, a few times he went a little too much with the shtick or like the pop culture references and stuff like that, but by and large, that actor, like great reaction faces, great reaction lines, and I feel like a lot of it didn't feel scripted. Like he was just thrown out there like when you throw out the sad trombone after Sonya like found out she couldn't get her little Akana or whatever. Like the whole first hour of the movie seemed like the Kano show, and I kind of liked it. I mean, I was like, this is a weird choice. This is the Kano movie? Okay. But man, I hope we see him in more stuff, and by him I mean Kano.
Yeah, effing whoops is was such a surprise. I had to turn the movie off and just laugh for like a minute straight and keep rewinding it because it was so funny.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the energy I want all my Mortal Kombat at. I don't want some of my Mortal Kombat at a 3 and then Kano at a 9. I want the whole thing at a 9 the whole time. It just when Cabal and Kano were doing their shtick, I was like, yes, more, yes, give me all this. And then you'd go back to like Cole and Jax, and it would be like, well, now it feels kind of somber again. And like, I don't need all of the, oh, I'm doing this for my family and love and whatever redemption arc stuff. It's Mortal Kombat. Make it crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, you can have one somber guy, just like you can have one like stoic monk, but they did Kung Lao, Liu Kang, and Raiden are kind of the same, bring the same energy, and then Sonya and Jax are bringing the same energy. It's like you have all these characters, give each of them a thing. Just one thing, and then that's how you get a stew going. Anyways, let's keep watching.
So strap in for a feature-length teaser for a future movie that may one day contain a Mortal Kombat tournament that does a decent enough job of bringing the world to the screen, but refuses to move anything forward or develop any stakes at all.
Death is only another portal.
But who cares? We're just here to watch fatalities without learning the button combos.
Movie wins. Adequate victory.
Starring Dom Seeking Sub, Frosty the Ronin.
See my vest? See my vest?
The girl wants the dragon tattoo. The Croc Hunter. Booyah. Welcome to the Scorch. Hey, at least he's not a white guy this time. The Sunken Place. Brim Job. You got a little something on your... No, a little bit lower. No, it's kind of everywhere. It's literally all over your face. For Loco. Clever girl. And any excuse to play clips from Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Bye-bye.
Pause. We were debating this. What were you saying before the show, Lon? That this is a reference that doesn't hold up anymore?
When this was suggested, I thought that this was going to be another one of those things that we were doing for the oldies like us who remember Kung Pao Enter the Fist, because in my brain there was a whole generation coming up that would not remember.
It's only 19 years old.
It is. Steve Odekirk's salute to martial arts films. But apparently I'm the asshole, and everybody in the comments is like, "Hooray! We love Kung Pao Enter the Fist." So what do I know?
Yeah, it's hard to know that line, and I think that's why we couched it with any excuse. Like, well, we're kind of reaching, but I think that there are a lot of parallels.
My complaint was not that there are not a lot of parallels. There definitely are. Yeah. It was just I didn't realize anybody under 30 remembered Kung Pao.
I don't know, but and I haven't rewatched it probably in 10 years, but Joe Star sent us that like, hey, what about this? And I was like, oh. Boom. Yes, definitely. And I'm glad it turned out well. We'll have to do a group watch of that and hope it's still funny. Betty. All right, keep going.
It's not a birthmark, Cole. It means you've been chosen. Open your mouth.
Fighting requires both attacking and defending, not just throwing punches. You should try it sometime.
We have purposely trained him wrong, as a joke.
Get over here.
Hang in the chains, hang in the chains.
Unreal Tournament. Where are all my favorite Mortal Kombat characters? Spawn, Predator, RoboCop, Schwarzenegger? Now that's a sequel worth waiting for.
There you go. Yeah, I actually was a Kano player, so I'm happy that he got the star treatment. He was my main, and then I used to play Cyrax. He has yet to make an appearance. He's the yellow version of the red robot that we got of Cabal that we got in this movie.
Right.
So,
Did you guys know that the guy who voices, there's two actors. There's the one who's in the suit, and then there's the guy doing the voiceover. The voiceover guy playing Cabal is, I think it's Damian Harrington. I forget his real name. He's the guy who played Charlie Manson in both Mindhunter and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Isn't that right?
And from what it sounds like, one of the good feathers from Animaniacs.
Yes, I believe he is. He's an Australian actor, so he's doing that's more approximating his real voice as Cabal.
Wow, but he was supposed to sound Australian.
I'm saying he is the actor himself is Australian.
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. It did sound like an Australian guy doing like a "Hey, I'm walking here."
Exactly. Yes, it's an Australian guy doing a weird, not Australian accent.
Makes sense.
But,
well, before we get into the deleted scene montage, thank you guys so much for watching. Please please subscribe, please hit that bell, and you'll never miss a thing like that Aerosmith song. Okay, so we have a lot of outtakes. As noted, we did a big cut down of this one, did a lot of rearranging. I haven't seen these in a while. Let's see if they make any sense. Let's roll the deleted scenes.
Mortal Kombat! Dun 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 dun. Hope that you got hyped, because the movie only teases the song until the credits, and even then it's a remix. Kids these days.
Nope.
I mean, these are pretty sick, but the best fatalities are the ones that make you want to laugh and puke at the same time. More like this, please. Maybe they're saving those for Mortal Kombat Renihilation. I mean, is it just me, or does it kill the impact when everyone's blood looks like purple drank? I need realistic blood effects, like this. Giving us plenty of time to explore new ideas, like passing on this dragon-shaped murder STD, and the mystical concept of Arcana, because why watch people with magic powers fight when you could watch them explain where those powers come from and why they can't have them?
Your inner power comes from your Arcana. Without it, defeating Outworld will be impossible. We have no time to lose. You must unlock your Arcana.
How do I find my Arcana?
It must come from your soul. Whatever it is that drives you.
A fighter without a marking can never achieve their Arcana, and a fighter without an Arcana
is a liability to the others.
Cut this bullcrap! Dun 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 dun.
And a fighter without an Arcana
is a liability to the others.
Movie wins. Morality. Led by the Mortal Kombat franchise legend, Cole Young. Wait, who the is Cole Young? I don't see him in my Prima guide. Oh, he's not from the game? There's like 900 characters, and they had to add another one? Does Jean-Claude Van Damme own the rights to Johnny Cage or something? Stupid. Sub-Zero, an evil Elsa with the power to freeze the very blood in your body, but mostly uses it to make pretty eye sculptures. Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and Raiden, boring guardians of a literal hole in the ground. Sonya Blade, who puts the K in conspiracy theorist. Wait, what would his powers be if he never lost his arms? Laser mustache? He'll transform from Cole Young, punching bag, to Cole Young, shirt owner. Man, I can't wait to never play as this guy in the games. Ever. Starring Spawn, The Tethered, Ninja Garden, Shogun World, Joe Chill, Cool in the Shang, hashtag Justice for Baihan, Jacked Frost, Whiner Uppercut, The Golden Manchild, Splatter Star, Pummeling Young Woman, Cammy, Blade of Glory, Australian for Beardo, Gazer Beam, Private Boomerang, Arcana Battle Angel, Flame Jumper, Zuko, The Lightning Chief, Storm, Meet Brawly Sparks, Broden. I'm a god. I'm not the god. Kung Lao.
Lon, you were worried about Kung Pao into the fist reference, and you put a Meet Wally Sparks joke in there.
I feel like with starring, that's our chance to shoot the moon. That's where I put in my old man references. Meet Brawly Sparks. Come on, that's.
I get it. Does
not going to write that down? Meet Wally Sparks is a terrible late Rodney Dangerfield movie.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, keep going.
I believe it was his second to last film before My Five Wives. Was that his last one?
Fist, How to Train Your Dragon, Pharrell, Jamiroquai, Bloody Face, Empty Pockets, Sigh, Side Chick, Merc Without a Mouth, Uric High AF, Picture Me Trollin', Orc Cop, Limitless, Me After I Get My Second Dose, Godzilla vs. Bong, Iguana Man, Fallout New Vegas, Mask of the Sarcasm, Interdimensional Cabal, and Gnarly Quinn, and Captain Hammer. Get Outworld, Bland Sport, Eyes to See You, Mortal Kombat Mulligan. One of the iron laws of martial arts movies, if you come across a guy who's meditating, he's about to f you up.
Flawless victory.
Kano, Liu Kang, Raiden, Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Cole Young. Yeah, this is not gonna work.
Yeah. A lot of times, like, this is one where we wanted to make jokes about the music, but my God, weirdly, we are seemingly allowed to play any clip from any movie, but if we so much as hum the tune of a copywritten song, like a million Macedonian bots like flag the video, so we just kind of have avoided doing anything, any joke about any music at all that would require us to play it. But
it's tough. Sometimes it's really tough because the music in a movie is funny and we want to make fun of it. But
yeah, they're really good at spotting that. Go figure. Anyways, that was fun.
Yeah. Trailers, right, guys? They're fun. Who doesn't like those?
I like these. I like it when we do a movie like this. It was bad but good. Keeps it interesting. So let's see. Evan J. Pretzel, you're flooding the zone, Evan. Stop submitting so many questions. We're only going to answer one. All right. Evan J. Pretzer asked, what video game would make for a genuinely good movie or TV show which has not already been discussed by the public? I would watch an Old Republic of Star Wars, or Star Wars Old Republic adaptation.
He's good. I feel like there's a movie that's maybe it's one of those ones that comes up a lot as maybe is going to get an adaptation, but Horizon Zero Dawn is a really cool setup for a game that's in a really cool world that I feel like I would like to see realized on screen. I also think, and I know that that's been talked about, but BioShock, Guillermo del Toro was going to do it for a while. That's another
that'd be great,
very cool setting for a movie.
I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley. Yeah, it's a cute little game, and I think if you do something like that where it's just like a villager comes to town because he's tired of his old day job, and he comes to town and starts dating all the women and the men, and they start getting into fights. That's just Real Housewives on a farm, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends how you play it, because it could be Minari or it could be like Temptation Island.
It sounds a lot it sounds a lot like every fourth Netflix original where it's got a name like Virgin Falls. It's just like, and it's just like she gets divorced and moves to a small town in Vermont full of hunky people,
hunky farmhands.
Hunk farm.
I'm a big fan of the XCOM games. I think that they give like a skeleton of a plot that kind of leaves room to adapt, where it's like it's an alien invasion movie, but like we get our asses kicked, like humanity's really losing for a long time until we like sort of become more like the aliens and then turn the tide. I think is like an interesting kind of meta narrative of those games, is like we kind of lose our humanity to fight back against an alien invasion, which I don't know if I've seen a show like that, or because it's kind of a dark, it's a bittersweet victory in the end when like we have like these giant enlarged frontal lobes because like now humans are psychic and we're like covered in laser beams and stuff like that, and it's like we win ? I think that'd be a cool setup for something. All right. Adam Halbert asks, love that you had Epic Voice Guy shout Mortal Kombat again. What's your favorite line for him to say? I don't know. He always surprises me. Like, I'll have just a favorite, like just something that'll make me laugh just because of the way John says it every trailer. And, you know, for the first year or so, his catchphrase was just saying boobs. And I think that has worn out its welcome. But I do think that sometimes you can find other ew noises that still make me laugh when he does it to a different word. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any Johnisms that make you chuckle?
I mean, this surprises no one, but this is it. It's always going to be Mortal Kombat, and especially when we get him to actually list out the names. Oh, beautiful! Great job, John.
Yeah. Anytime he's doing an impression, like his impressions are very good, and I like that he doesn't always have to do, like, you can even hear it in Mortal Kombat when he does "See My Vest," and he's given it like 20% Orbach, but it's not a full Lumiere impression. He's just suggesting it, and it's that kind of subtle work that I think really makes John's voiceover shine.
Yeah. All right, I like this question from Adam Schuring. Who's your nightmare pick to play Johnny Cage in the sequel? They definitely teased like it ends on a shot of a Johnny Cage poster.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're definitely letting us know that
he's the worst possible Johnny Cage.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna go ahead and say James Corden.
I
don't want to see James Corden.
But isn't he like an annoying asshole? So it's like, okay, yeah, I buy it.
Yeah. Just don't. That's not something I would like to see. You know who I think should do it while you guys are thinking?
Yeah,
Zac Efron.
Oh, he'd be great.
Wouldn't he be great? Like, yeah. I feel like he could both play it comedically over the top. It would be sort of ironically funny just to see him in that role, but also like believable enough as a dude who could punch you and it would hurt.
Yeah.
Yes. Sticking with cats, I'm going to go with Jason Derulo. I think would be like not a great choice. I think he'd keep saying his own name over and over again instead of saying Johnny Cage, and that would wind up being a problem.
Still as Rum Tum Tugger, though, I'm assuming.
Oh, definitely as Rum Tum Tugger. Okay, just occasionally yelling out for milk. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The first name that popped into my head was Dane Cook, but I actually feel like he has good Johnny Cage energy.
Yeah, he might nail it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's pretty flexible because you can be an obnoxious, overexposed actor, and like that's the character. So it kind of can work on a meta level. Let's just say Josh Gad and move on.
Yeah,
fair. Yeah.
All right, next question. Do you think they took it from Jeffrey Yelverton? Do you think they took it for granted that they'd get a sequel by not doing the actual tournament? Yes, they did take it for granted, but yes, they are getting sequels allegedly, and I think this was a big hit. So yeah, you're gonna get more. Let's see, a question about the Golden Globes that's very interesting, but that's not what this video is about, Langley. We'll answer that on SJU tomorrow. Let's see. In the wake of this, Evan J. God damn it, Evan J. Pretzer.
You're done. You're cut off.
I'm skipping you.
Cut off, buddy.
Whoever's adding the questions and comments in here, can we keep them sort of on Mortal Kombat? This isn't SJU. Someone's asking about Rita Ora and Taika Waititi cuddling. Benz10 did say, you should have titled this stream Honest Trailers Commentary with a K. Missed opportunity. Ryan, please change that now. Thank you. And Jeffrey Elverton writes, should Reptile have been a human lizard-like hybrid like he was in the first game? Which would be different from the original movies? Yeah, I think they really blew it. It's an unforced error with Reptile. Like, you don't need to make him... Why do they keep making him into a lizard? Like, I know he can do that, but he's just a green Sub-Zero or Scorpion. Like, that's fine. And then he takes off the mask and has a lizard tongue. Done.
Yeah, I was especially because Shang Tsung gets a whole line like, call the lizard Reptile. He gives him like whatever his name is. I don't remember what it is. Sizzle Roth or something. And so you think you're gonna get a guy like you that really, because this thing seems like they keep it in a cage, not that you'd like give him a ring and be like, hey, Shang Tsung wants you. So it's a real misdirect. It feels like a really missed opportunity, and he just kind of looks like a Komodo dragon who's standing on his back legs. It's not a very inspired design.
Yeah, as much as I want to watch a dude punch a lizard, I don't want to watch anyone punch that lizard, I guess, which is supposed to be the whole point.
Yep.
It looked like you remember the viral video from last month of the lizard in like the Thai bodega where it just like climbed up onto the groceries and like sat on the shelf? It looked like that. It didn't look like I'm going to punch this lizard. It looked like, oh, this lizard has found its way inside. Let us help it right now.
All right, final question from Frank Clark. If you had to go out in a fatality, which would you choose? What's the fatality that's putting you in the dirt? Any initial thoughts? Because mine is Johnny Cage when he like rips your head off and then uses it as like a ventriloquist dummy to like make a little goof. I think that'd be a nice way. It's quick and painless, and you leave him with a laugh.
Yeah, I think most fatalities aren't really that bad because you're dying quickly. Like they're like humiliating, but what do you care you're dead.
I mean, like you have like 15 seconds of extreme pain max.
Yeah, and then it's like, so I'm sort of agnostic. Like I feel like being like drawn along the ground, going into a hat that's functioning as a buzzsaw. That one I'd want to avoid, because there's a few moments where you're like, I know what's about to happen to me. But like being punched and my skeleton just flies out the top of my head, like I'm not aware of that happening. Go for it.
Yeah, I like the one where Jax gets really big and then just stomps you like a bug.
Yes.
That's a good one.
For some reason, or I think smoke blows up the Earth. And if I can't enjoy Earth, neither can anyone else. So
wow,
I think
it's a planet-wide fatality.
I'm pretty sure there's one where he detonates the entire world.
Is there a genocide bonus in Mortal Kombat?
No, in fact, the next fight goes on as planned, which raises a lot of questions.
Not even a planet to fight for.
Yeah. But I'll pick a friendship if I could. I'll take one of those. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I think this was just a delight to talk to you guys and to do this movie for Honest Trailers. But next week will be maybe even more fun, and who knows? Maybe if it's not too much of an inconvenience, maybe we'll have some special guests next week. We'll see, because we're doing a very special movie, something that is, let's say, a calculated risk. That's your clue. I can't wait for that too. Thank you, Lon. Thank you, Danielle. We'll see you next week for Honest Trailer Commentaries. Tomorrow's SJU. See you later. Bye-bye.